Alright, I'm gonna keep this video short and simple. So, I've been seeing a lot of misinformation, people showing, and it is true. So, there's people already selling modded services for Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Unlock All, modded prestiges, Master Prestige, all camos, and all that good stuff. Now, a lot of people are thinking, like, oh shit, it's over, there's gonna be cheaters, next week or something. Now, I would say yes and no at the same time. Now, if you remember back in the PS4 days too, if you did run into a cheater, it was like maybe once a year or something like that, if you're lucky. Now, I have run into a couple. Now, before I explain this, I'm not saying I know everything. I would like to research stuff. I had a friend that was a modder, and I like to ask him questions like, "Yo, how's this guy modding online, or how does this and that work?" So, a lot of the people that you do see at modding online, let's say tomorrow someone puts a post on Twitter, someone's on the PlayStation 5, cheating with the mod menu, or they have God mode or some shit like that. So a lot of the time, a lot of them are people on dev kits. So a dev kit is something, that, let's say, developer, they make a video game, for some random company, and they're just like testing stuff. And I think people buy them like online on eBay or something like that. I know people are always, well, not always, like I'm saying, like they're selling thousands of them. You might see them on eBay or some random ass website of someone selling a dev kit for a PS4. Now, I think PS5 not as much, but as far as I know, what I heard is you can't get banned on a dev kit because I guess Sony just sees it as someone, they're just testing the game. They could be full blown cheating, God mode, mod menu, and all that, weird shit, right? Um, Now, as I know people, because people make it sound easy, like back then, they used to say, oh, all you need is just a USB and you jailbroke your PS3, back then, even though you could do it now, but back then it wasn't possible. It's not simple, something like that. And it is expensive too, because a lot of people have to make their own tools. It's not like back then the PS3 days, you'll find them, you know, you know, you don't even have to do a lot of research. You could find like 10 different people to mod your account and shit like that, right? Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, MD3, and all that good stuff. Um, Even if there is someone on a jailbroken, PS4, not on a dev kit, it's very low. There's not that many people. I feel like another reason too is they don't spend that much time and effort, or they don't have anyone to help them. They're like, bro, I have nobody help me. Might as well sell this dev kit or jailbroken PS4. Let's say they do find a way online. Now, it could be possible, let's say a year or two from now, someone releases a public method to mod online. I did hear rumors here and there, but then again, it could have been a dev kit at the time. Who knows that someone found a way to mod online on the PS4? I assume people have it, it's private. Now, I want to say this too. Let's say there is a couple people that have it. Never fucking leak that shit. Even if someone tries to pay you, oh, I'll pay you 500, because that's what ruined the OG Call of Duties. Um, Now, as for sorry, as for infections, I know a lot of people say, oh, there's no theater mode. Equals no infections. No one can mod online. Technically, yeah, infections can come back. I don't know if a modder can, you know, put it on their file share and someone else views it. I know there's no theater mode, right? I don't think it'll work that way. So I feel like the only way it could come out is like, let's say there's a modder, he makes a super speed infection for Black Ops 2, you join his lobby, and then if you're the host of the lobby, then it just spreads like that. I could see something like that happening in the future. The only thing that I worry about is the Gamo class for Bo1. I'm like almost 100% sure that still works. Because they're all ported, all the glitches and stuff like that. I don't even know if the prestige glitch still works. I heard that the XP lobby still glitch works. I'm not trying to make this video that long, but you know, basically, I'm trying to get to the point where I think a lot of people, they don't do the research or they just assume shit, right? And like I said, I don't know everything, right? Maybe there is a bunch of modders on what, sorry, not modders, people with jailbroken PS4s. I feel like there's more people with dev kits than jailbroken PS4s online. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying there's no cheaters online. Now, another thing that can happen that has been because of AI is AI cheats. So, as AI gets better, let's say the best fucking computer, right? Let's say the most expensive PC build is like, I don't know, I'm just guessing, right? Let's say it's 7K, right? Obviously, in a couple of years, because it's gonna be better, more expensive, better technology, right? That 7K bill, I mean, not 7K bill, 7K build, PC build is gonna be worth like 3K. Because with the AI cheats, you need a PC and a console. Um, and it's just like an overlay. I think I'm gonna make a video about the AI PC cheats because that's a big thing that, yeah, if whatever Activision they get a handle, they upgrade their anti-cheat instead of making this fake news saying, oh yeah, our anti-cheat's good, when there's obviously it doesn't work. They're still bypassing it. Um, what else did I want to say? Now, as for like Bo2, like modded classes, all that stuff got patched. But I know there was a bypass, right, that someone found where, because they patched it a long time ago, where you could have like unlimited slots or something like that. This is something my homie told me. Technically, someone could find a way where they could bring modded classes back. Now, I know a lot of people be like, "What? What are you talking about? There was never modded classes for Bo2." There was, but it came out a long, long time ago. So like the Modern War Machine class, Death Machine. I know some people might remember this, but I know one thing they don't remember. There was a modded, unlimited. I think it was a Hellstorm, but I know there was a Dragonfire one. There were some for like Advanced Warfare. Now a lot of these they came out when like, I don't know, maybe like the game's mid or when it first barely came out, like the first year or two, but it got patched pretty quick. Now, if anything, I could see, Activision, whoever, they might make an update to patch the infections, maybe. For sure, they could fix the Gamma class on Bo2. Um, I'm trying to think of all like the exploits that people could, make. Another one that could be kind of annoying because I know the Bo2 emblem, copy glitch still works. Is there's a mod for Bo2. If you look at someone's emblem, it freezes your console. It wouldn't. Um, I guess it wouldn't be annoying as it was back then because the PS3 was super slow, so it'll take you whatever like 5-10 minutes to get on. I'm sure with PS5 it'll take you like a minute, but I don't know. I feel like every time that happens, that might corrupt your console or some shit. I don't know. Sorry, washing my fucking hands. Um, but if you have more knowledge or have any questions, maybe I might make a part two. But for sure, for the AI cheats, I gotta make a good video about that. I just want to give everyone, I want to say like a heads up. Um, don't be so scared, right? Thinking there's gonna be a bunch of cheers, but it's one of the things where I'm hoping I'm not wrong. It would suck. That would definitely kill, Bo1, Bo2 for sure. Like the Gamma class, that really killed Bo1. That was the main thing. There was infections, but a lot of them weren't game breaking. I'm not sure on Xbox because I feel like a lot of those didn't work. Maybe you had to be host. I wouldn't know. Um, I know some of them were annoying, like the limited mortars infection, where you legit could be spawn trapping people over and over. You know, but it wasn't bad as the BO2 mod menu infection. Yeah, the Gummo class. Um, I don't think there was anything else. Um, yeah, but like I said, it would become toxic like in the PS3 days because if you were there playing Search and Destroy back in 2016, 2017, when there's thousands, hundreds of modders, everyone's, non-host, ending the game, freezing consoles, people were boot happy, they'll be booting you. for stupid shit, people getting butthurt, even if you're right, right? Like something like, bro, you're trash. I was playing legit and I still beat you. You're cheating. They'll freaking boot you offline. Now, I don't know if the booting thing will be as toxic because I feel like not that many people boo, but I don't know. It was just a whole toxic era. That could come back. Like if someone releases a public way to mod online on the PS4, PS5. I don't know. I feel like it's who knows. Um, I don't know the exact reason. I did hear something like this years ago, so I don't want to make this video that long. That the reason why there hasn't been like an online public way to mod on the PS4 and maybe PS5 is people don't want to get sued, or something happened to them because everyone remembers what happened to Gio Hot. He couldn't work on he couldn't jailbreak or help the modding community on the PS3, and he went his own separate way. But that's about it. Let me know if you have any comments, questions. Like I said, I'm not saying I know everything. You know, I'm just bringing more knowledge. Now I know some people might seem like, oh, what are you talking about? You know anything? Look, I'm not retarded, Like I said, I know people back then, they used to think, oh, there's a bunch of people modded on PS4. All you need is a USB. It doesn't work like that. It's not that simple. All right.